There has been lots of information about the Outlander universe released today at San Diego Comic-Con, but most importantly, we finally have a release date of early 2026 for Season 8 of Outlander. Of course, this is going to be the final season of the series, which I can't believe I'm even saying that. We are still awaiting the final book of the main series, and I think a lot of people who have read the books are very curious about how they're going to wrap this up in a nice, neat bow before the books are finalized. But we can learn a few things about what to expect in Season 8 between this poster here and also the snippets that were included in the trailer, which I will be doing a full breakdown of in a separate video. But most notably, we can see that the poster has Jamie and Claire in the middle of the standing stone circles here that form a number 8, an infinity symbol, and the argument can be made that this could be representative of a Mobius, which Diana herself has mentioned previously that instead of the timeline of Outlander being an infinite loop, she rather thinks of it as a Mobius. They very much are playing back a return to the start of the story between Claire and Jamie in the trailer itself, and so having them in this setting certainly is a callback to that as well. And this little call out here for past, present, forever, which I think is very telling about how Claire and Jamie's story, no matter how it ends, is one that we know it transcends time, space, and will be a forever sort of relationship. But the Season 8 kind of premise is going to be calling back on the past, the current situation that they are in North Carolina at their home, and forever, and how the legacy of these characters lives on. Now, a date of early 2026 I know is not what everyone was hoping for. I think by this point we were hoping for a definitive date, especially given the release of Blood of My Blood coming up next week on August 8th. But this is not new for Outlander or Starz. They are very good at being vague about dates. It takes them a very long time to edit this show, and so promising early 2026 is probably strategic because they don't know when they're actually going to finish editing the final season. Looking back on previous releases, Season 7 was obviously broken up into 2 parts, and so we had 2 separate release dates for those. But the last early whatever year we had it released was actually for Season 5, which released in February. Now, of course, me and all the fans would love if January 1 we were able to get the first episode of Season 8, but I'm willing to bet if it's not February, I feel like it might be March, just given past track records. But at the very least, it's exciting to know that this is coming, and Blood of My Blood is going to wrap up in October. It is supposed to have about 10 episodes, and the final one is going to be airing in October. So between October and February, March time, hopefully that doesn't feel like too long of a Droughtlander for fans. Truthfully, as much as I want this show to be on my screen and in my home, I'm really sad that this series is ending. I'm optimistic that Blood of My Blood will give the same kind of feel that we all fell in love with in the earlier seasons of Outlander, but it will be very different not having Jamie and Claire on my screen anymore, especially since we don't know how the book series is going to end and the show is going to come out beforehand. So it's going to be interesting to watch it. Hopefully, now that we have this sort of timeline for the show, pretty soon Diana Gabaldon will follow suit with the expected release date of her book, the final book in the series. Like I said, I will be doing a formal breakdown of the little teaser trailer that they released today to announce Season 8, so be sure to come back and check that video out for more information and teasers of what's to come, pulled straight from Book 9, Go and Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, and my predictions about where they might take the story in Season 8.